Hi everyone, Aaron here from the Worley Bugger. Welcome to our quarantine fly tying series. This fly I'm going to be tying here is a little blue wing, kind of check style nymph. Pretty nice little nymph. It works pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what's this is a super easy fly to tie. So it's on a size 14 Hannock. I use the Jig Superb hook, and then a 3/32 tungsten slotted bead in copper. You can change the color of the bead. It doesn't make much difference what the color is, but the size is important. So 3/32, and then 14/0 olive thread. So we'll start this fly with the thread right behind the bead here. Lay down a good foundation. Go right to about where the hook starts to bend. Bring your thread back up here. Cut off your tag. So next item that we're going to be using in this fly are these little done mayfly tails. So I'm going to take off about 3 or 4 of these. Try to keep them all kind of same length here when I tie these in. Sometimes you get a little bit of a random straggler there, but try to keep the tips all the same. And I'm just going to take a couple of loose wraps here, kind of get this laying down the top of the hook. And then I'll take and pull these into place where I want them. I'm going about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch is what I'm looking for. Bring your thread all the way back behind the bead here. Tie those in good. You want to try to just use enough thread to basically hold everything, because you want this profile on this to stay pretty thin. So bring our thread back here to the tail here. Next thing I'm going to tie in are these little olive Polish strip quills. So I'll go ahead and clip off that top of it there. Now I'll start this one kind of towards the back here. Take a couple wraps just to secure it. Bring everything forward. I'm going to take and try to keep these wraps pretty uniform here so the fly's pretty consistent here. Go ahead and capture that. It's okay if you have a little bit that doesn't come perfect to the head, because you're gonna put some flash in there anyway with the green thread, so cut that off. Next thing in this fly is just a couple little pieces of the pearl flash boo. 2 pieces. You don't need a lot of flash. Just enough to give it a little bit of show in the water. So we'll take and put these in half and then tie them down here. I'll bring them back about 1/8 of an inch behind the bead here. Kind of build up a little bit of bulk here just to kind of hold that bead in place. Not too much. We want this to be pretty thin profile. Pull these forward. You don't have to put a ton of wraps on here, just kind of enough to hold everything in place, because you're going to coat this with UV glue or head cement. So I usually put just 2 or 3 good securing wraps there. 3 or 4 whip finishes here. So when we got to that stage, the last step here is take just a little tiny bit of head cement. We don't want to overdo it. It's really nice if you have these rotary vices because you can kind of turn the fly as you're putting this stuff on because you don't want to overdo it. So just want to make sure we get everything coated. This will add a little bit of durability to the fly. That's all you're kind of looking for. That's the whole purpose of the head cement, or you can use the thin UV glue. And I just kind of spin this a half a dozen times, and that kind of gets everything equal on the fly so it's not bulked up in any one spot. And this stuff dries in about 20 seconds, so it's pretty straightforward and easy. Alright, so that fly is complete. That's just a little tungsten bluing olive nymph. A little piece of flash tied into it. Super easy tie, and it fishes great on the Yakima.